It's my turn. It's my turn. It is my turn. It is my turn. I'm live. Hey, hey, hey. Um, Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. Woo! Stuff been popping today. Hey, Bama. What it do? Welcome in, Bama Boo. Hey, y'all. Welcome, welcome. Listen, listen, and listen, Linda. Boy, things are going. I'm like, It's a lot going on, I guess. I guess it is. And I'm about to talk about a couple of things. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I am back. I'm in the kitchen, water running. And y'all know what I do. I eat and I drink. And I'm actually just about to make me a cup of coffee because I've been chilling. I've been up for hours, but I was chilling, watching YouTube, enjoying my free day off. Thank you, holiday. I appreciate you. It's a holiday. Hey, it's a holiday for me. It's a freebie. But I got stuff to do anyway because I'm still spring cleaning. So I'm about to get into the cleaning of the spring cleaning style. Continue that. I thought I was going to wake up and immediately get to that, but man, I've been all over the place. Like, okay, let me jump into that. Then I'm like, ooh, I'm about to make breakfast. Mm-mm-mm. And I'm telling y'all, I was about to make a full spread. Then I decided I want some seafood. So, like, maybe we'll eat seafood. And if we do, then I won't be able to eat the breakfast I was going to make and still eat the seafood. I wouldn't have room for it. So, I'm like, maybe I'll just wait. But now I'm back to almost wanting breakfast. Now that I done walked in this kitchen, bacon, eggs, pancakes and grits is what I was gonna make until I decided I wanted seafood. I don't know what I want. I'm all over the place. But I do know I want a cup of coffee. Ouch. And I just read a post. Oh, I meant to grab my other device. I just read a post and I was like, after I read that, I was like, you know what? I'm going live. Because I was going to go live about a couple of things. One of them is Maritza, oh, West Indy. And then, of course, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say about the. Let me grab this right here. Let me make sure that's still charging. I ain't really got a whole lot to say about the red light district. Y'all got that covered. The rest of y'all got it covered. I didn't see it. I got secondhand information. So, oh shoot, I just thought about something. I was about to place this order for delivery today. I gotta grab this other device so I can go ahead and place my order before my window close. Get this delivered today. Um, oops. Oh, yeah. Let me see. I gotta get back to the light so I can actually see the screen. Hey, hey, welcome, welcome, y'all. Please double tap that screen for a light. Thank you. Thank you so much. Uh Chloe Kelsey, hey, hey, welcome, welcome. Bama said, you be you be killing. Listen, I ain't gonna be eating and drinking that much, but you know, Chloe, she say, hey, what you doing? Me? What is that? It's a blah blah. I don't know what that is. I had to get that going. But yeah, y'all. So listen, y'all know the red light district. Everybody that talked about it. Like I said, I ain't really got too much to say. I'm just gonna say this. If you know anybody that's been over there in adulthood, not in childhood, talking about I was born there, I gotta go back home. Yeah, yeah. Who was that? Oh, who do I sound like when I say, um, you're funny? Who do I sound like when I say, ooh, uh, Germany? Ooh, I gotta get back home, but you know I was born there. But I haven't been back for that reason. I heard that in or I saw that in a chat, and I was like, not you was born there and haven't been there since you was a wee little thing, wee little tyke, and it was on a government installation, so technically it doesn't make you German, and you talking about I gotta get back there. That's why I ain't been back. Like it's Georgia or something. That shit was crazy. I'm like, girl, that's crazy. Imagine if everybody born on a military installation claimed their actual home to be the place that they were born at. Like, come on, man. Good night. Man, I tell you. Uh-uh-uh. First of all, who is that? Can help. Oh, she said, right, okay. Just me, Douglas. Hey, hey, welcome, welcome. Who is that? Say Mo. Is it? That's you're right. And that's a wonderful thing. And I'm so grateful for that. Glory to God. You are absolutely right. Happy resurrection weekend, everyone. I hope and I pray that you guys are all doing very, very well and that abundantly blessed. Someone has a wonderful name, but I pray that everyone is abundantly blessed and filled with joy and have everything that you need. Everything that you need. I really do. And so so yeah, if y'all just came in, forgive the background noise. Y'all know I'll be multitasking. I probably wouldn't even if I had to sit still and do this at this point, I probably wouldn't even be on here this much. So the little bit that I've been on here. So I'm making me a good old cup of coffee and trying to decide if I'm gonna make a nice little breakfast spread or wait a little bit and just eat some seafood. I don't know. Like some going hammer time. Let me see. Your this? What the heck is that? It's the red. It's the red light district for me. The red light district. Wait, how that go? You know what? I could probably listen. I ain't about to ties. I could get let's throw a little music off in this thing. Well, listen. I'll let this go the way it goes. Listen, and I'm gonna say this. I know people got whatever problem they got with people. I ain't got no problem with that young man. Okay? If he come this way, listen, young man, I do not have a problem with you, but you put it out there, it's gonna be a joke, and I don't mean no harm, but that's how I'm gonna say it. Okay? That's what I'm gonna say. So and I don't associate with folks based off who they associate with. So it just is what it is. People can feel how they feel. Because a lot of times on here, like in the comment section, I was just reading comments where people was like, it is things come down to sometimes, well, a lot of times with this group, who you are associated with. Um, and I'm gonna say, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. This is my opinion, or this is how I saw it happen. And I have to say, correct me if I'm wrong, because everyone knows that I cannot stand that Uno toothpick conductor. Okay, and so what I'm gonna say is gonna be on her, but I don't want it to come off that it's because of that reason. I want to say what really is. So, if y'all saw something different, let me know. But I'm gonna say, like, she put it out here in a way that makes people, let me make sure these comments ain't doing nothing. Okay. Um, that it's um basically, when you're aligned with her, you're aligned with her, so wherever direction she go, that's the direction you got to be in. And then if she do something crazy or wrong or whatever that would normally be commentary, you can't do commentary on her, because she didn't put herself at this hierarchy that everyone's supposed to follow. But she want to try to verbally make it seem like she not putting herself at a hierarchy, and she want to describe it as something else. But the truth is, it's a hierarchy, because if everybody else is par for the course and you are untouchable, then that would make you in a higher place. So she wants people to put her at this hierarchy that she's untouchable. So if she do something that slip up or something get exposed about her, you ride with her till the wheels fall off, the dusty raggedy broke down train. But everybody else could get it, right? So, and also you go wherever she goes. So if somebody have a slip up, you can't say anything. And I'm what I'm saying that to say is, I feel like some other people are trying to push that as a narrative as well, but that's not real. What's real is, if you do something that's talk about something that might be commentary or talked about, it's gonna get talked about. And it's not even necessarily because people are like desperate for commentary or looking for something to talk about, but it is because that is what we do. We talk about stuff, and we talk about stuff that happens with this group. Some people talk about other things as well, depending on what your commentary is. So if something happens that's kind of like a wow moment, you can expect everyone to react to it, or the majority of them. Now, if they being disrespectful and rude, and that person and that other person got beef, or maybe they didn't, but now you do, that's one thing. But if somebody just giving commentary and they ain't even really dissing you, you just got to be like, well, damn, I slipped up. You know what I'm saying? Stick your chest out like a big boy or a big girl, take that L. Okay, let it be your turn, and then just keep on moving. Don't start falling out with everybody because you slipped up. It's just, that's life. You know what I'm saying? Real life. Them folks around there, listen, some of them probably talking. If they don't know, they gonna talk, because that's just how life goes. Um, so this is what I got to play. And then let me get my coffee started quick. And then did I put that water in there? I did. And then I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of entertainment. Spontaneous decision. Watch this. Hold on, let me make sure I don't have it on. I known to have something going fast. Nope, it's not. It's at normal speed. Okay, boom. Check this out, y'all. Oh, my bad. That ain't even what I meant to play, but I'm about to let it play because it still works. Oh, I should have got my other device. It got better sound. Okay. That thing must have been wet. Yes. Like bread out here. Lights off. Lights on. Hey, baby, you know you. Baby, baby, baby. So, like the and a cool, one being on phones, being out there, yes. was there, could have been like anywhere. I was in there when it was too late. And I want to touch this subject. No clear conversations. No time for new relationships. I'm not with you. In a hurry, like it turns me on. This time you don't turn me on. Lights off, lights on. Yes, the pretty one. And I want it now. You know, and I am. Oh, why do I feel the way I do? I am feeling. All I can think about is you. What was it in the light that made me fall for you? Do you know? I'm feeling on you. Yes. Yes. Welcome to the Get Your Freak Out Hotel. It's $10 a minute. But you look like $5, brother. Thank you. I'll be right back. Boy, I'm a baby, you love me. Think you want me. I'm like, give it some attention. All my intuitions, what intuition? See, I'ma keep you up all night. For a long time. So far away from you. Show me what you got. Cause I don't want no one anymore. Break me off. Show me what you got. Cause I don't want no one anymore. Break me off. Show me what you got. Cause I don't want no one anymore. Break me off. Show me what you got. Cause I don't want no I'm a physical to you, so it to you. What should it come from? Oh, yeah. Boy, it's been a long time, crazy long time. I don't want no man. That's real. You're becoming someone, break me off. Show me what you got. 'Cause I don't want no one anymore. Show me what you got. 'Cause I don't want no one anymore. Break me off. Show me what you got. 'Cause I don't want no one anymore. Break me off. Show me what you got. 'Cause I don't want Stop that. As long as you can. Stop that. 1 minute. Fool, you wonder why dog back up. Hard head make a soft. Water overflows. Right. So, right? Right. So, when they go to sleep, y'all snoring counting. Go, right, I'm a own. Break me off, stiff tongue. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, hell not a piece. Sleep with it. I see you trying to get game. You play hard when I put this thing on you, can you stay? If not, you better keep your day job. I'm looking for a man to make me say, last thing you know, the screw your out, let the roll before we stay focused. Start off throwing the speed it up. Be straight what you should achieve. What? Hey, beat it up, beat it up. Put a cherry on top, we'll cream it up. Women, I'm in the spot, the one just see have to boy looking around. Go up to the ground like I'm the box. On my side, more try. You know, it'd be like that sometimes. Get got by the red light district. Take a dip in something that's make you tap out. Ah, real quick. Dip in something to make you tap out, make you want to tap out, make you want to tap out. Real quick, listen, it happens. It happens to the best of them. The men around us say some of them fellas. I don't again. I don't know the whole story, but some of them fellas he pulled up with might even have a story for him. Be real on some looks. The first time I came down here, I tapped out in about a minute or two. It happens to the best of them. Even with that rappy strappy okay? So ain't no point in being embarrassed. You just the thing about life is you gotta stand 10 toes on some ish. Stand 10 toes on it. And when you own your ish, then nobody can offend you with your story. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna switch over a little bit to the mother point of view because my boys, I would always tell them, like, be real with yourself about yourself. You ain't gonna be able to go. You're not gonna go to school. There I go eating some pickled vegetables. You're not gonna go to school and have nobody call you on something and have you in your feelings if you the realest with yourself about whatever it is. And I would say, in the environment we were in, something about one of my sons, he was having a hard time accepting it. He did come to accept it, but I'm like, you can't change that about yourself, you know? So you might as well own it harder than everybody else. So if you go to school and they got something to say, it ain't gonna bother you when you get real with yourself about yourself, which is exactly what he did, which it wasn't nothing that he should be bothered about anyway. And that's not me speaking as a mother. It was like anybody. Nobody should be bothered about something like that. But he was. And once he got real with himself, he was cool. You just got to be real with yourself. You put it out there. It was what it was. It happens to the best of them. Unfortunately, it got out put out there. Fortunately, it's not a irregular situation. Okay, in terms of the couple of minutes or whatever the people say it happened, that part is not irregular. And so it is what it is. Now the other part of it, call it what you want. If people find that out, even if it was verbally disclosed, they was gonna talk about it. It just is what it is. Mm. We chew this ginormous pickled cauliflower. Does that sound good? Pickled cauliflower. If you have not had pickled cauliflower, take my word, it's delicious. I got pickled celery, pickled carrots, and pickled cauliflower. And I was trying to open peppercini to eat on the side, but I can't get the jar open. And I got these I don't know, I guess I'm about to be eating a bunch of jar stuff right now because I got some sweet heat pickles. They are right. I don't love them. I wouldn't buy them again, but I like my pickles sour. The sweet heat sounded good, so I bought them. And I'm pretty much the only pickle eater. I don't love them. And then I got garlic stuffed olives. They are freaking amazing. I mean, I lost my channel because I didn't commit to memory everybody's name. It was this mother daughter I used to watch, and they would eat pickled food and different type of pickles, but pickled food. They the reason I bought these pickled vegetables because they'll be over there going ham on them, and they are good. And they have different. They were eating these garlic stuffed olives, and before that, I used to buy the blue cheese stuffed olives. These garlic stuffed olives. If you like olives, they're a game changer. I don't know how it's gonna taste when I sip this coffee afterwards because I never ate this when I was drinking coffee. But anyway, like I said, it happens to the best of us. Whatever happened to Mr. Man over there. And so it just is what it is. Stick your chest out, take or your chin, take it on the chin, and wait until the moment fades. Something else will happen, and then people will begin to discuss that. Well, it is what it is. I think I'm not gonna eat peppercini today. How about mm, maybe I can get it open. Actually, a few people came in when I played those songs. Let me go back back up. Tilo. Hold on one second. Tilo in the building. Hey, hey, welcome, welcome. Narc Slayer. Okay, look. He said Narc slaying their life in real life, period. Welcome in, Narc Slayer. And I think that was it. Yep. So for the life of me, I can't understand why grown women are falling down to be associated with BYB. She has no redeeming qualities. Sitting around waiting on your child's come up is pathetic. Period. Absolutely pathetic. Like, didn't do anything with yourself, and now you waiting on your child to make it. And as much as if a child makes it to millionaire status, obviously you expect that child, if their parents aren't already there, and even if they are, but if they are there, they may decline it or not need them. But if a child makes it to millionaire status or super wealthy, and your parent especially needs some help, obviously that child should help their parent. But for the parent to like not be doing anything and counting on that, breeding their children to get to that point so that they can live off of it, mind blowing. And for someone to be okay associated with that person, also mind blowing. To me, it's just dusty because when your kid makes it, they're gonna be grown. So they're gonna have adult responsibilities, right? Like a wife and kids. So if they throw something to mama, cool. Throw something to their siblings, cool. But to be regularly dependent upon your child, depending on what level they make it to, a lot of people don't make it to that point that they can regularly just provide for their parent like that, unless the parent is under your roof or something like that. But that would be a little strange. Her and her man up under the child's roof while the child is trying to establish himself with his girlfriend or wife and kids or whatever it is. It don't make no sense to me. It's dusty. I don't understand. I do not understand. So, mm-mm-mm. I don't know, y'all. I'm standing here. I'm still torn between breakfast and waiting a little bit, a few hours, and just eating some seafood. I'm thinking about to end up making breakfast. I think so. I don't really know. Let me see. But so yeah, so that was that. I just had a couple of little red light district jokes or whatever. It, like I said, it happens to the best of them. So take it on the chin and move on. And just having a little fun. I would say. So here's the other thing. Um let me see. I'm trying to find it because I went to play music, so I kind of moved away from it. Because the other thing I mentioned when I started this is Maritza. But let me say, hey, 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 welcome, welcome. If you didn't double tap the screen, please double tap that screen for a like. Much appreciated. Um, Maritza still begging for help to pay her rent. But two things. Her still begging is not what made me come out here. It's her baby daddy. But um I want to I want to say exactly what it says. She's been putting these shorts up every day asking people to help her. Damn, this, oh there it is. I was gonna say did she delete it? So, just had a baby 3 weeks ago and I'm single. I didn't even see this until just now. To me, this is an advertisement for the baby daddy to be like, ha ha ha, I'm single. But the truth is, the man ain't really claim her for real. She claimed they was off again, on again. If the man cannot tell you, if he can't tell everybody he with you, then he ain't with you. Telling you to your face and behind the scenes don't count. Shout it from the mountaintops. So, from the way I see it, she been single because he been on his page not claiming her and flirting and doing all the other thing that you don't do when you have someone, especially someone that's pregnant. I am single mom of 3 with a newborn. Girl, you ought to be embarrassed to even boast that. I would just be quiet. I wouldn't even tell everybody that. And they looking at her with a ring on, but if you don't know the backstory of the ring, she married herself. She begged people for money to pay her rent about two years ago. Again, always behind on the rent. And then about a month or so after, people was sending her money because she said she was getting withdrawals from her GoFundMe. Well, she had a GoFundMe for a car, and also she wanted to pay her rent. She never got the car. And here we go, 2 years later, she's still begging for money to pay rent, but she claimed this rent goes back to August. That's how long she been owing this time. Anyway, she bought this ring, bought clothes, took her son with the phone to do a photo shoot in the park of her marrying herself. So this morning, she puts up a post. It's actually like an hour ago, so it's afternoon for her. She puts up a post and she says, single mom of 3, just had a baby, facing an eviction. But listen to this. Need help with backup rent to prevent homelessness. Now she say backup rent. I'm picking her apart because I don't believe her. I'm picking her apart because she swears she always behind on her rent. And I don't believe her. Ain't nobody behind on rent for no years. Your excuse is always rent and food, something that you think gonna make people feel sorry for you. I'm not buying what she's selling. And when she wrote here backup rent, to me it's a Freudian slip. That's how I'm gonna read into that. And also because she was on live a couple of nights ago, she deleted some of those lives that she did. And on this particular one, she was talking about the baby daddy. And when she was talking about him, she said she was talking about savings and him trying to dip into her savings. And she kept, every time she say savings, she tried course correct herself, but she still kept, her mind kept taking her back to that. So I'm like, we already know, some of us, I'm one of them. I believe that yes, she got a savings. Yes, and it's not this money that she's saving to pay the rent, and that's all it's going towards. I believe that she is just gonna stack as high as she can. She'll take everything she can get. If she get that 10 plus thousand dollars she owe, or let's say it's 10,700 and some change. If she gets that 3, 4 times over, she's never gonna tell. She just gonna let the money keep rolling in and rolling in. And if she does get that amount of money, she gonna trick the money off and she's gonna vlog herself doing it. And then she gonna turn right back around and have a rent eviction problem, looming eviction backed rent problem. Like the fact that they let the building owners, the apartment owners, let her go this far in debt before they moved with forward with the eviction. I believe she the type of person that don't believe fat meat greasy, like my grandma used to say. And so therefore she'll probably, if she gets the money, pays it off if she hasn't already. I guess she hasn't, but um and then she'll turn right around and do the same thing again. So what I'm saying is I believe she just gonna keep playing around until she eventually gets evicted. And so she's sitting here in an actual bra. I like took a screenshot and zoomed in because I was like, is that a bra? And then you see the little plastic, look, you know how the little plastic thing be at the strap. And of course I deleted it because I don't want to keep it. Like, but I'm like, this girl is sitting here in a bra, her hair messed up. And I really think that she's appealing to whatever male she thinks is gonna save her. That's why her next two shorts are saying that she is um single, because she also said, and I believe this is in one of the deleted lives, she said that when she was homeless before and she would get a hotel room, somebody said, why don't you just get a hotel? She said she could, but she don't have the money for the hotel and she won't have the money to keep up the hotel. Because of course her constant narrative is going to be she doesn't have money to see how much of people's hard-earned money they will send her when they get up and go to work, and she doesn't. Like, you're a low income, you could get free. I am sure that she could get free childcare for, she could have got it for the toddler and then now for the baby, and she can go and work and help herself. And I also think that people would be more prone to even try to want to help her. Number one, if she wasn't a constantly begging, scheming scammer. And number two, if she went and worked and it looked like she was making an effort in her own situation, they might have, one would have been. And that would be the people who don't know the backstory. Because if you got half of one brain cell and you know her backstory, you can't rightfully help her, like, and be of sound mind and body. Because, like, who the heck helps someone who goes 8 months and counting without paying their bills, i.e., your biggest bill is your rent? Housing is so important. And you over here doing all these other things. If you want to know what they are, go check my other lives. I started, like, they do so and so is live titles. I've been going in there putting the main name, the main topic, so that y'all can sort through them and see what's what. But I've done two of them on her already, listing the different things, but basically over the last few months she's been doing all kind of frivolous things with her spending that isn't the things that people who are behind on their rent or begging for money for food would normally do, including a couple of days ago getting a DoorDash. I'm saying DoorDash, one of those food delivery services, bag handed in your room to you while you sitting there eating restaurant African food when you need every extra penny to add up to 10,000 plus dollars to pay off your back rent. So she said when she was needing help with a hotel room and she was homeless, that people would not help her if they thought that a man was with her. If she had a man, they wouldn't help her. But when it was just her and her kids, they would help her. So now she putting up shorts talking about she's single. But the other thing is, if you got half of a brain cell, you look like, wait, she's single with a 3-week old? It happens. It does. But it's too new for some other man to want to come in and rescue you. And I'm saying that because why is she sitting here in a bra and dancing around talking about she's single? You trying to appeal to men. I hope they be smarter than that. Any man, if you hear this and it tugged at your heartstrings and you wanted to go rescue her, go rescue somebody else in your family, even if they don't need rescuing. Whatever you was gonna give her, that 50, that 25, that 100, that buy her some whatever you want, give her some cash to what, give it to your sister or sisters or your mother or your auntie or your grandma or somebody else or your daughters, somebody else in your life, just because here, do it like that if you feeling generous and you want to save her. No, she got herself in this situation. I ain't trying to be hard on her or anything. And I really do mean, like, I don't want to tell nobody how to spend their money, but I also think that she's never going to learn her lesson. And I also think she a begging, scheming scammer. I don't trust her. One of the other things that she said on her deleted live, um, shoot, I almost lost my train of thought. What was it? Oh, somebody asked her a question about her rent payment, and she said, "Do not believe what the others say." She said, "My rent goes back to August. That's what the GoFundMe goes back to, August, not before then. They are not telling the truth." That's what she said. Now, I do look at a couple of other people that talk about her, but I promise you, I had said about how long she been begging for rent. I hadn't seen any of them say anything. I watched one of them last night. I didn't hear him say that. I don't know if there's others out there again that I haven't seen that maybe talk about her. Like I said, I only know of a couple, a handful actually. It's more than two, but um so maybe one of them said it, but I know I said it. And then she tells that person in the comment section, no, she goes, it goes back to August. And she goes, my GoFundMe goes back to August. It's not before then. And I'm like, you lying, thirsty thought. Yo ass been begging for rent for years. Rent money. Every damn month you behind on your rent. You've been behind on your rent, let you tell it, since at least 2026. Every time I turn around, this girl say she behind on her rent. And then she then elevated herself and started begging for money for food while getting SNAP benefits and WIC while she was pregnant and telling people she don't have no damn groceries. Now, what the hell did you do with your government benefits if you can't feed your children? Isn't that the reason they gave them to you? Come on, girl. Come on. And how much does a photo? Let me look this up real quick. And then I'm gonna bop over to homeboy. One second. Let me throw this in the microwave real quick. Hmm. Let me see something. Uh, let me see something because I have literally zero idea. Georgia, Georgia. Um, when you're pregnant, do they count the fetus as another child? Does anybody know? Like when you get SNAP benefits and you're pregnant, do they count the unborn child as one and you get more? I actually would love to know that. Maybe I'll Google that next. I don't know. So I'm gonna say family of three. In Georgia for 2026 fiscal year, effective October 1, 2025, a family of three qualifies for SNAP. Oh, this is talking about their income. Now I want to know how much they get because I'm trying to figure out why they was running out of food. Of course, I don't believe she was running out of food. I'm just trying to make a point. But I don't see this is not saying quick guide to no, I'm not talking about eligibility. I want to know how much. Citizens have benefits. Let's see. How much? Damn, this stupid thing is frozen. It's annoying. Okay. How much? Okay. Oh shit, girl. I mean, I know groceries is high, but shit, 785 a month. Child, shit. You can make 785 a month work. 785 a month. Why didn't she and for a toddler? A growing boy, I know they eat a lot, and a pregnant woman. You could make $800. That's basically 800. You could make $800 a month work. You running out of groceries? I know groceries are expensive, but you got to be a smart shopper. And when you know your situation is a certain way, you got to figure it out. Where you shop, what you buy, the type of foods, the brands or whatever, all that kind of stuff to make it work. So it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. But that was her situation. So now here she is with her begging bummy behavior and her baby daddy or whatever he got going on. So here's the thing. Baby daddy, he said, "Oh, okay. You want to be you want to be like that? You want to be telling people my business? You want to tell them that I'm on a dating app trying to get on Kendra G or something? You want to tell them about my kids and how I'm on child support and how I'm a bum?" Basically, she said he ain't there for her. She said he didn't put her and her toddler out, just put them out on the side of the road. So he be starting arguments for no reason. When she trying to be on time, he make her late just because she said he a narcissist. I'm like, well, if he is a narcissist, duh, that's the type of stuff they do. But I don't know, something up with her too. Something is up with her too. She off, and I think she's selfish. But anyway, I also do believe that about him. Putting you and your kids out on holidays, and then you still turning around and smiling in his face. You the goofy one. I wish good, but me and my you talking about that he done put you and your kids out of his apartment on Christmas Eve. Just threw you out. What was that? Was that I think it was Thanksgiving in the video where the food was just on the ground outside, and he done kicked y'all out. And then you turned around and had the nerve to try to celebrate Christmas with him. And you turned around and had the nerve to invite him into a photo shoot that he didn't pay nothing on. And you turned around and had the nerve to let him attend the birth of that child that he didn't support you through and stress you out the hell all the whole time you've been pregnant and ain't kicked in on that rent. And you turn around and tell me that you need rides and he got a car and bagging to the internet that he got a car service, a car rental service, and his baby mama needs to get to an appointment and he can't throw her the keys for a couple of hours and let her get a freebie and then get it back, and that's when the next rental go, and you still was messing with him? And you mean to tell me that you doing all this stuff for him and his kids, and he ain't did nothing for you or your kids, but he done showed up and laid in your bed occasionally and took advantage of the fact that one already swam upstream and just caught a quick nap in your space Well, you probably feeding them an ish like that while you begging the internet for food. And you still over here talking about him right now? Why did he make it this far? Why? He was never supposed to be in the conversation right now. He should have been cut off. The moment he found out you was with child and he wasn't supportive, he was supposed to get cut off. Maybe you do let him attend the birth. That's on you. I call you when I go in labor months later. What the hell? And he's steady stressing you out and you steady crying to the internet. The girl is goofy. Goofy. And she steady talking about they arguing and fighting. Why do you keep giving this man your energy? You are something mentally, something ain't, it ain't, how they say, the lights are on, but nobody's home. The lights are on, but nobody is home. Nobody's home. Oh my goodness. He's sitting up here trying to act like he all this and that and he's successful and he got money, but he ain't helping you. And on the back end, he borrowing money from you while you beg the people to send you money to pay your rent. Ain't that a bit? And if anybody give her money, yeah, I'ma say it, you goofy. You just as goofy as she is. All of that she didn't disclose, and she thinks somebody gonna support her in that. Anybody that's a, and she told me I ain't got no family support. Wah. And I'm like, and I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, I say, so now if you come from the LA sector, you know we got a begging bum over here too. And then you go over to the street sector and you got a few of them, but Maritza has been a consistent begging bum. And in both situations, they don't have no family support. Now, the one begging bum, she'll swear she got the family support, but when the family do stuff, she don't be included because they know she a begging bum and they always got to pay her way. The struggle be real. They be out vacationing and taking snapshots, and she be begging people. They already gone. Can y'all send me money? Because they left me. Yeah, because don't nobody want to pay your way all the time. Now you flip over to Maritza. Now when she first came out here and she was talking about how her mother and her sisters aren't really there for her, I was like, oh, poor her, because I didn't really know her story. But as time goes on and I see how she is, I'm like, sometimes it's just simply put, it's you. Just as easy as that. One sec. Sometimes it's you because the family members, they don't want to see you coming because every time you come, you need something. And they're out here adulting and making good decisions. I'll be a little far away. I'm grabbing something out the fridge. I got to put some of this lovely toffee flavored creamer in my coffee. And they know that every time they see you coming, they need something. You need something. Hey, classy lady, welcome, welcome. Um, happy Friday, happy Good Friday. Um, they know you need something. So they don't want to see you coming. And sometimes they've given so much that they get tired because they be like, I got my own life. I got my own responsibilities. Even if it's a sibling that's single, maybe they don't have children or a spouse. That don't mean they want to give to you. You the one over there making all them babies and gifting each individual man a child. Why does your family now have to be responsible for what you made? And I'm going to go further. The first one, I'll give that to you. Oopsie, maybe you didn't know. But with the second one, it's a very similar situation in terms of the relationship. And that was even more distant because that was somebody's husband. And she knew it, but it happened and he's not there. Then she went years because that baby's, what is he? I don't know how old he is. Four, what is he, about four? He looked like he about four. He might be five. I don't know. Um, but she said daycare, so I don't think he's five yet, or it would be kindergarten. But so anyway, that's why I keep calling him a toddler, because I'm not sure the exact age. But anyway, a toddler. So that's enough years of experience to be like, oh, sugar honey iced tea, let me not make the exact same mistake again. I'm not saying that the child is a mistake. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm saying the mistake of not being careful with whom you mate with, because you've already have two children that are all on you without the type of support that you need from the fathers, and you don't have the familial support. So the next time you go, whoa, let me be careful, let me bump the brakes, let me do everything I can to try to make sure one does not swim upstream, until you have that locked in commitment so that you can have assistance with raising the children. Because why? Also, because she really seems to need the help. And her head does seem to be completely filled with air. And it's unfortunate. Now she say that the one second. She said that the current baby daddy is whatchamacallit. Oh, she was alluding to something about the birth certificate. And she mentioned it a couple of times, where she's saying like he was giving her a hard time about signing it, etc., etc. And I didn't hear her say that he signed it. So I'm thinking that based off that, that's why I'm telling you like that, because I didn't hear her say he signed it. So I'm thinking that she has another birth certificate that's not signed by the father, because she already said that that already happened, because she found out with the first father, like she had all his information ready to present to them at the hospital, and they wouldn't let her put him on the birth certificate, because everybody knows that either it's one of two things that happens. If you're married, he don't have to be there. They will automatically put his name on the birth certificate. I think that he has to sign at some point, but you can give them the information. I'm talking about if someone, if he's not there, because that's somebody told me that their husband wasn't there, but they still let her give the information, because he when they did the thing, but he just had to go down to whatever area it was later and sign. So that's where I'm getting that from. I'm hoping that's accurate information. But when a situation is like hers, where she's a single woman, he has to actually be there. He has to actually be there. And she said that is what happened with the first child. So she wasn't able to get the man's name on the birth certificate. So, but she, I, I'm sure that she can still go to court and file for paternity, and then they can have the man do a paternity test and then establish paternity that way and get him on the birth certificate. So she now has to take her situation to court, and she should do it for all three of those children. And then I'm a side note to something else I saw. I was watching this court hearing, and the woman said that that man was her the father of her child, but he was active at first and then he kind of faded out. She had a bunch of proof, but his name wasn't on the birth certificate, because even though he was at the hospital, he refused to put his information on the birth certificate. Just like this little girl situation. He was at the hospital, at the birthing center, but apparently it sounded like he didn't do that, right? So in the case of the court case, the woman was asking the court to add the man's information, get him established paternity so she can collect child support. That was what her hearing was about. Mm. So they gave the man time to go down and take the paternity test. And it came back that he was not the father. And he was sitting there all excited and everything. And he was like, I told you I'm not the father. And she said, the woman said that she found out. I don't know how, I can't remember right now how she had found out because it's been a minute. But somehow she ended up finding out that the man didn't actually go down there and take the paternity test. He sent his brother. The brother looks a lot like him, but it wasn't actually him. And the brother, I think the story is the brother had the man's ID or whatever. Maybe they made a note of it or whatever because it looks similar but different. But anyway, they found out that it was his brother. So they pulled up the surveillance footage and you could tell it wasn't him. So they made him go down there and actually take the paternity test. And when he took the paternity test, he turned out to be the father. Did he end up being a father? I think he ended up being a father. But anyway, initially he was trying to dodge that paternity by having somebody else do the paternity test. But anyway, I just thought that was a little somewhat entertaining side story. But the point is, just because he didn't sign the birth certificate does not mean that she cannot put him on child support. Classy Lady said, Happy blessed Good Friday. Same to you, Classy Lady. Happy blessed Good Friday. Happy Resurrection weekend. Resurrection Day weekend. Hope all is well for everyone. I hope y'all are having a great day and it continues to be that way and everything goes your way. I really do. Very much so. I don't know what y'all grateful for on this beautiful Friday, but I'm grateful for a holiday weekend with bonus days off work. And I'm grateful for a lot more than that too. But that was the first thing that came to mind. That's how I'm able to sit here and do this in the middle of the morning. What time is it now? Uh, it's not morning anymore, but dang, time flew by. Woo wee, time flew by. You mean to tell me I've been sitting there? I guess I've been sitting there all morning long. uh, looking at this kind of stuff. I probably ain't gonna be able to do that same day delivery now that I done got on here and let this time go by. I'm gonna have to have my delivery set up for tomorrow. But whatever I was getting ready to do, I don't really feel like doing it no more anyway. So, I mean, I got a few things that I'm gonna do today, but I was gonna work on another project. And I need a couple of things to work on the project. And I could go to the store and pick it up, but I don't really feel like walking around nobody's store doing none of that kind of stuff. Um, So I'm going to, and I need to wash my hair and all that kind of stuff. So I was gonna have it delivered, same day delivery, but I'm gonna do it today so that it come first thing in the morning, and I could do the project tomorrow. What is this man's name? I can't. It's called, what the hell is his name? Oh, I remember. This is it. Hopefully I find him, cause who else? I was say who else gonna have a goofy name like that? Nobody. Nobody. Okay. This, I didn't see this before I went live. Y'all, please double tap the screen for a like. Please and thank you. If you're listening on the replay, please hit the thumbs up. Here we go. Maritza's baby daddy, Will, the third baby daddy. He puts this up in all caps with an exclamation point. Well, let me give you a little backstory. Maritza said that, first of all, in order to know the baby's gender, you had to wait until the baby was born because she said they didn't know the baby's gender. I don't know. I didn't believe her. But that's me because I'm the type of person, one some people They'll be like, so and so's a liar, and then they'll still pick and choose what they want to believe. The moment I find out you a liar, I don't believe a word that rolls off your dusty lips. So that's kind of where I'm at with Maritza. She done lied too much that I just don't be believing her. I think she full of it. I think that it be a bunch of cap, and I feel like everything she does is for some, in her mind, some sort of money grab. She's an entitled scamming schemer, in my opinion. That's my opinion. So she said that she was going to show the baby's face on Patreon. But then, as soon as she started coming on screen with the baby, you can see like half of his face. And I'm like, I couldn't see enough of him to see what the baby looked like. Then she was live last week, and like she kept doing little things. She flashed him a certain way, and she's showing his whole like you could see his face, flashes of his face. So I started thinking, I wonder if this is a will thing. And it seems like it would be. Just me guessing. I'm like, I think I wouldn't be surprised. That's what I was thinking to myself. And then now they over there fighting, and while they fighting, she just got the whole baby face showing with the baby laying to the side and just laying there, just showing his whole face. So I'm like, interesting. So much for not showing his face. So now, right now, as I'm looking at Will's page, the first post that comes up on his community wall, he said, um, in all caps, keep my son offline. But then he puts please with an exclamation point. That's not really a question. And then here comes some crack liquor. He said, the person in the comment section said, one thing I have noticed is that you have never posted any of your children online. I'm sorry to say, but for her, it's YouTube over everything. First of all, you booty liquor. The man ain't posted his children online because then you'd be able to connect the dots that he's an absent father, in my opinion. And he don't have them regularly enough in order to show you all the significant things that he would have to show if he were active and present, in my opinion. To see them occasionally, a year here, a few years gone by there, not really talking to him, not really showing up, you don't have no money, you're not willing to help and contribute. If he was, excuse me, he'd be helping Maritza, and he would also have some care and protective something in him to want to protect the baby. Like she told Maritza told a story about how he got upset with her because he wanted to, she needed him to keep the baby, and he wanted to take the baby around to see, she told him to see his children. I think this is the story where he ended up um taking a baby to see some chick he's dealing with or whatever. I'm like, how he got a fresh baby and he going to take it, or whoever it was. It was some female, but Maritza always think everything, something's going on with him and every female. She think that everybody want that man. And she said it on camera. Hey, Diamond D, welcome, welcome. She said it on camera a few times where she's like, y'all just want him. No, Maritza, newsflash. Just like you. She thinks she's, oh, I'm so gorgeous. Listen, gorgeous stock lowers when you have 3 kids, lowers when you have 3 baby daddies to go with the 3 kids, lowers when you hit 30 something and you haven't gone to school or formed a career or done something meaningful with your life, and you have no purpose or no drive to do it and just sit online and beg all the time. And if you hear this, Maritza, I'm gonna say it like that, cause she be hearing stuff and she be everybody want, no, don't nobody want no dust bot. He dusty and you dusty. People like you want him. Most people with a half of a brain cell, women, do not want a man with 6 kids and 6 baby mamas One of them had to put them on child support, according to you. That's at least that we know of. Two of them are grown, but how present was he in their lives? One of those grown children went to college and he had to get money from you to give to her, not the daddy. Not the daddy reaching in his so called deep bank account because he's so successful, let him tell it, and contributing to his child headed off to college. But instead, he took it from his broke, struggling, back on her rent baby mama, let her tell it, to give to the daughter that's going off to college. He got you buying the kids Valentine's gifts, not him. He work at Panera, so the YouTube streets say. Nobody wants him but you and a few other goofballs. He's a loser. And so are you. I'm not trying to be mean. I promise I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean at all. But I just gotta keep it funky. Like, but honestly, there's still hope. 30, I think she's in her early 30s, 30, 31, 32, something like that. Listen, there's still hope. She could turn it around and go in a different direction. She could figure out what she wants to do with her life and she could do it at any age. It's never too late. But 30, hey, you got plenty of, you could, by the time you 40, you could be popping on some real stuff and be looking back like, damn, I can't believe I was making a job out of sitting on social media begging every day. It could be like that. She can. If it was gonna blow for her, it would have. I'm not saying social media won't blow for her, but you ain't gonna blow up begging every day. You not. And somebody might still want her, but she got to stop acting like an airhead. I'm not saying nobody wants her either. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that her stock ain't as high as she think it is. That's all. And she said something about Marcus. Like Marcus was trying to put her down. Like she's like, oh, like she's so cute. And Marcus was like, you all right. And I'm like, but you never know what else was in that all right, where he trying to be like, look, you already got two kids, like all that kind of stuff. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same as some young lady who is on her grind doing her thing and she don't come as a package deal. Not everybody wants that. So now you're not going to appeal to everyone. Plus, she's previously done corn. Plus, she out here with a bra on online. You're steady taking yourself out of groups that you would be chosen in and lowering the number of those that would want to choose you for some real stuff. I'm not talking about the ones that have a fun time and take you down through there. So you're talking about the ones that want to build something with you and have meaningful, lasting, whatever. That number has greatly lowered because of all those things and more. And then they got to think about the fact that they have to deal with a will. They don't, maybe they don't know about them other ones. The married one, he seems to be absent. They might not have to deal with him. The other one, y'all got an issue, but he got his own thing going on. Maybe they don't have to deal with him, but they gonna have to deal with a will, and it's probably gonna be problematic. It's just lowering the number that would choose. So it's like, get yourself real about where you are, and then you can go there and succeed a little bit better at what you trying to do, what you trying to accomplish. But she don't, I don't think she had no drive and no goal. She just letting life do her, and she on some woe is me, I'm gonna be a victim for life type thing. Diamond D, hey, hey. She said, how are you? She said, facing it. Right. Oh, she said, how are you facing eviction, but you just had a new baby, but she was in trouble before being pregnant. Exactly. And that's what I was saying, because she responded to somebody comment time, I don't believe them. This just started with this situation in August, and that's what this GoFundMe is. Girl, you then that means that your other GoFundMe's were different GoFundMe's, but you've been begging for rent and facing eviction for like about 2 years. And yes, I'm gonna say I got busy. I wasn't really out here. I wasn't catching a whole lot of stuff. And when I did tap in, I could only, like, if somebody was live, it was like late, I might catch them, or I might catch something here and there. And she wasn't one that I was regularly watching. However, I was watching someone who was discussing her, so I still have a clue of what was going on. And she's been still begging for rent. Been. And like she even said herself, it's just this time they actually filed it on her. Yeah. She didn't believe fat meat was greasy. Oh well, and mess around and find out. It's crazy. So, um, the baby daddy. Uh, I'm about to. I gotta real quick. This is the post that I saw from the baby daddy that made me come out here. Ooh, ouch! Oh my god! I just hit my elbow on this chair. This is what the baby daddy said. Okay, here we go. Oh shit, he been saying a lot. Oh snap! I gotta go backwards a little bit. I saw this one. He said, "Son of a king, God's child." Let me go. Let me tell you the one that made me come out here, and then I'm gonna read the rest of them because apparently he been posting every day. He said, "Give me my son and your other two boys to your mom, and go be homeless on your own." So he can't even write for real. Because that sentence, I'm just picking at this point. But for real, I'm gonna read the sentence again because that is a poorly written sentence. He said, "Give me my son and your other two boys to your mom and go be homeless on your own." By the way, everything's in all caps with explanation points. He said, "Why continue to take your kids through this repeating behavior? Mhm. Nobody is going to step in and save you. So do right by those kids who deserve better than what you offer." He said nobody. So nobody would include him, which when you say nobody, you are wrong, buddy. That's your baby mama. You had a choice. And since she your baby mama and she need help, you should be trying to help. He should be a part of the resources that she's pooling to save her. If he was a real man, if he was a real man, when she was buying outfits and booking professional photo shoots, that last one that he was a part of, he would have been like, nope, no more irresponsible spending. Put all of that towards the rent, and we'll do this at another time. Or you claim you got all these connections. Call one of your people. Anybody got a camera? Hey, can we go out to the wherever and take some pictures until you could go to the photo studio? So he is not making himself look better. Like I believe he thinks he is. Oh boy. That's just my opinion though. Ooh, wee. Woo woo. Woo 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 woo. So, so let me go down. He wrote this one 2 days ago. She had went live. I think it was like late. Because he did one overnight. I think that was 2 nights ago. And then another one he had done. mm, she had done late. And she was talking about him. She was telling all the things that she's experienced at the hands of him and how he's been mean and yelling at her and treating her bad. And when he kicked her out on Christmas Eve, the kids were already asleep. And I want to say he kept the presents. Actually, I think I said he put her out with the stuff, but I think that was Thanksgiving because it was like grocery bags and she had bought all the groceries. But mind you, this is a girl who turned around and was begging for money for groceries. Actually, I think it was before that. And she was begging for money for groceries. But anyway, all the Christmas stuff was hidden away at his house, at his apartment. And he put her and the kids out, but didn't put the presents out. What he's evil now? Cause what your issue with her got to do with the kids? Now you mean to tell me you couldn't wait a few hours? And then she said even Thanksgiving, she was like, well, what did you where did you eat Thanksgiving? He said he went to a female friend's house. What was I not gonna eat Thanksgiving? But yet she's continuously having problems with him, like somebody she with. How the hell a man put you and you got yourself over there with all the groceries you bought so you could cook Thanksgiving dinner and y'all could have Thanksgiving dinner together as a family from your point of view. And then he kicks you and the groceries out. And then you get to the next point with him, you goofy. You goofy. Nobody's supposed to be able to treat you like that and then have another turn. But if we go way back to the beginning, there would be no baby if she wasn't goofy. He'd been treating her bold and been spending her money or eating off of her. That's been the situation. He talks, he try to talk slick. He is a circle talking bum. He a circle talking bum. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. That's hot. I can't grab that. It's too hot. This is what the post says. That God has given me one of the toughest battles presently. Real love isn't forced and is always pure. He says, I will protect you for with my life because God has a purpose for you. The enemy could, all caps, never stop God's plan. Ex- Explanation point. Now we back to regular case, sentence case. It says, I don't know what tomorrow brings. Hold on. Okay. But I do know that you are the missing puzzle piece in a spiritual war of division of black families, good versus evil. First of all, when I read that the other day, I was like, I'm definitely going to come out here and say something about that. This situation he wants to label as a spiritual war of the division of black families when he's the divisor. This isn't spiritual. He's making a choice to be a deadbeat bum daddy. If how is it spiritual that you didn't sign the birth certificate of the child you believe to be your son? And how do I know that? Because you're saying it here in your post. You literally said, give me my son. And did it say my boy or my son? It said, yes, my son. You said it says, give me my son. And then the one before it says, keep my son offline. So he's claiming the child to be his son, but yet he chose not to legally acknowledge him as his son, in my opinion, as a means of dodging that child support because he knew he was going to be the same bum he's been with the other mothers, at least some of them, playing silly little games. Let me see. I'm still live. Cool. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Says, okay, you go. So back to the pre sentence. It said, I don't know what tomorrow brings, but I do know that you are the missing puzzle piece in a spiritual war of division of black families, good versus evil, in parentheses. It says demons are angry of black active fathers doing their part so they can only use pawns to keep separation from that happening. Look at all this circle talk. It's ridiculous. What pawns? What demons? Who's the demon? You stressed a pregnant woman out the whole time she was carrying your baby, mister. Who's the demon? Who is telling the woman to keep the baby off live? Who's doing all the things that are already listed? Like, what the hell is wrong with this dude? Talking about separation and all that other stuff and pawns. He's an idiot. But I think I already knew that. My faith in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior will command his angels to go before us. What is this? Oh. To go before us. It says Father and Son. What is that? Okay. It says, and fight this war. I have laid my position and petition on the throne. Now watch the King of Kings work, son. Boy, bye. I trust his process and character, which is called faith. Mm-mm-mm. Just know, young king, the enemy can only put on a mask for so long before the truth comes to light. Is he talking about himself? Because he really mm-mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. To be balling, you got to ball in. So I guess that implies that he's balling. Mm-mm-mm. He says how it could be reached. Oh my goodness. With snowy background. Wow. Come eat with the boss of all bosses. Oh boy. Mm-mm-mm. Content in oh boy. A tattoo in progress. Oh wow. Self-care day. Okay. Anyway, so let me go in the other direction. It says, oh, oh my goodness. My finger slipped. My finger slipped. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. That's what he wrote. Save the children. Come on, man. Thank you guys for letting me know what is happening with my son. How this sick person continues to put him all online while drinking, knowing that there are predators online, probably not posting pictures, probably now posting pictures of my son. See something, say something. Someone commented, welcome. That's what I said. See something, say something. Honestly, so true. Oh, this is the person who I think was over there on her chat, cancer something it says. On her chat, and she was going back and forth. I think she want my baby daddy. Person ran to him to Will to report on Maritza for Maritza having showing the baby while she was online when Maritza turned her back on the baby and let him just suck air out of a bottle. Um and then he nodded off, and then his head was like leaning to the side or whatever, and she ain't even seen it because her back is to the baby and she talking to the screen. I'm like, yes, as mothers we multitask, but if she had kept that baby where she could see him, as she should, because that's a brand new baby, he can't help himself, uh she would have saw that he was no longer drinking milk and only catching air, and she also would have seen that when he fell asleep his little head had fell over, poor little fella, and he was leaning to the side. But the thing that blew my mind is people running over to Will to tell Will on Maritza as if he is any help or as if he is any better. He ain't even there with the mother of his child. He isn't trying to help her in her situation. He does have an apartment. Why not let her and her kids move in there if she becomes evicted? But you see, he has no intentions of doing that. In his statement, it makes it obvious when he says, give me my son and give the boys to your mother and go be homeless. Mm-mm-mm. He sucks. But women over there running to him, reporting to him on her. If he was a good man, he would have reacted differently. 4 hours ago, he posted, "You keep my son away from the only active man in any of your kids' life who did more for you and those other two boys who ain't mine, that their own fathers who won't and don't do nothing at all is crazy work. Please make it make sense." He's such an active father that he didn't sign his own son's birth certificate. That's what she implied. And unless he flat out says that he did and her at the birth, then he didn't. Because he's the type that'll come out and imply that he did, flat out say it. Flat out say it. So she can come out and be like, yep, yep, that's true. Because he know if he flat out say it, she gonna be like, active man. And she had to catch the train or whatever to the doctor's appointment. Whatever they call it. I think it was it called Metro or something? And she was looking it up, talking about she got to walk like 30 minutes. But you so active. You got a rental car business. Why you ain't throw her a car for a couple hours to get the yo baby, Mr. Active Father? You got a car. If he had to go to work in his own car, I don't know whether he drive the same car that he rents or whatever it is. He could have been like, "Hey, drop me off at work and drive the baby to the doctor's appointment, Mr. Active Father." And then she said, and then look at how he said this. He said, "And those other two boys." But just in case you didn't pick up on what he was laying down, he went on to say, "Who ain't mine." You're not flexing, homeboy. How do you be with a woman and also get that woman pregnant and you calling her other children those other boys? Screams volumes. Tell us how you really feel about the children that aren't yours. They're those other boys. That's not loving, protective language. It's distancing. And you got women running over there to him like he's some sort of hero. He's no hero. He's the villain in the story. She is too. They both the villains. Prayers for those children, all of them. What is he gonna do? He ain't even there with his newborn baby. Thank God that baby was born safe and healthy after he stressed her out while being pregnant. That's risky. They talking about spiritual warfare and demons and everything like that. Projecting? Ain't no outside force working nothing. He doing it himself. But for the slow ones in the back, they'll be like, whoa, it's him. No, it's not. Don't lean into that narrative that happens sometimes when the woman is the one being bitter and keeping the man away. She's justified in what she's saying, but they're both bad. But he's not good, he's bad. And he hasn't come through. And if he did, he would help her with the rent. He talking about going and get evicted and he not gonna help her. She just gave birth to your child, but in the next breath, you want people to see her as bad and you as good. You are bad too. You just as bad as the other two men you tried to distance yourself from in the last few posts. All three of y'all should be working together to keep that woman housed with those children. And if she wanted to do better for her children, she'd get herself together and get on a road of accomplishing something with her life so that she don't continue to be in this position. Or this is her story. And she gonna be on baby number 4 in the same situation with the next man. And then hopefully it don't be a will, or she gonna have two dusty bugaboos that won't leave her alone and stress her at the same time. As not help her. 3 hours ago. He says, I'm going to post every day until you either shut down your account or give me my son. You rather be homeless with 3 kids and online panhandling than give them to real adults who are more responsible than you. Responsible. Do I need to repeat the things I already said? It is completely irresponsible to stress out a pregnant woman who's carrying your child. And it is completely irresponsible to not do things like provide transportation for your baby mama when you got a car. And it is completely irresponsible to not give her some sort of cash and ante up when she doing things like being pregnant with your child, telling the internet she ain't got no groceries. And he didn't say that then. He popped up on a panel and said, those anonymous groceries she received, I'm the one who sent them. Shut the front door. You lie. You a lie and the truth ain't in you. You ain't sent no anonymous groceries and you all out here with your chest trying to act like you did something. I never once believed him. He don't give me the type that anonymously send groceries. He would have screamed his name and wrote it all over the packages. He's a lie. And in the next breath, they asked how much is her monthly rent, trying to figure out because she was talking about she was behind on her rent. He talking about something he don't have no idea. So you with a woman, you halfway claiming her and halfway not, mostly not, but she carrying your baby and you ain't in her business enough to know how much her rent is when she was already talking about she was behind on her rent and that was months ago. You goofy and you're not responsible. That ain't what men do. Not real men. Anybody could be an adult man with man parts, but are you a real man? Because real men do real men things, and real men pay bills, they protect, they provide, they guide. None of that seems to be present with the one baby mama that we do see, Maritza. None of it. Somebody drops in his comments and says, you need to file for temporary custody of your son, all caps. Um, That's a shame for her to use your son in the process of her madness on this internet. Says, I hate to say this, but she's a bad mom. And at this point, I hope she gets better. Truly, I do. And that's what I was saying the other day. When that first time that we became aware it was him she was seeing, the guy she met in the homeless shelter, she thought she had a future with him because she was saying it on her live. She was talking about how she wanted to get married and how he basically had fed into that narrative, but it turns out that he didn't because he was doing things like, not bringing food or not helping her out, or you know what I mean, not paying for food when they go out to eat and stuff like that. It was all on her. But um he came out on a bashing her spree and he did a whole smear campaign. He said some really awful things about her, but that also is her problem because no way a man should do you like that and you forgive him. Now, I'm not saying don't forgive. What I'm saying is move on. You should forgive. Go ahead, forgive him. And then move on and leave him in the past because you cannot redeem yourself from that. So these are all reasons why she shouldn't even have his child right now. He should have never had a chance after. Ain't no man gonna publicly drag you and then you turn around and you slept with him again. Your girl is an airhead, a complete airhead. And then you got these people in the comment section. She's a bad mom, but he's a bad dad. He's a bad dad. She's a bad mom. They both bad. So don't file for temporary custody because I don't believe he's gonna be any better than her. And he probably ain't never been alone with no little baby. I'm gonna guess, and I don't know him. I'm just speculating based off of how awful of a person he is. He probably ain't never been around like that much in the same presence with one of his brand new babies. And this is the sixth one. That's my guess. Was he living with somebody? Was he helping them take care of the kids? Was he doing any of that stuff? I doubt it. He don't, nothing about him gives that. So what is he going to do for a brand new baby? And you're talking about taking the son away from the mother who's breastfeeding. What he going to do? Had a baby latch on to him? The girl is breastfeeding. And breast milk is very good for babies, especially at this stage of life. It helps with their immune system and all those kind of things. So good for her for breastfeeding. And you want to pull your son away from a breastfeeding from his mother who's breastfeeding him, but you want the social media streets to believe you're responsible instead of taking the mom and the baby in. Like, oh, I didn't really want to live with her, but this is best for my baby, which means the other two kids got to come. And I believe her mom is out of state. I'm pretty sure. So those kids would be uprooted from their state to go to a like school, the oldest boy, in the middle of the school year when they can stay in Georgia, and she can probably figure out how to get that oldest kid to school, figure out what she going to do with her, help her build a plan if he was a real man, if he don't want to live with her, which he should have thought about all of that longevity before he made a baby. Oh, bum. Her too. They're both irresponsible. But for people to get in the comment section and big up him like he ain't dusty as her blows my mind. What's wrong with people? Get off his nuts. They probably shake of dust. I bet when he do a little shake before he walk away, dust probably fall on the toilet. I know that was gross, but I'm just saying he dusty. It might have been too far, too far. Okay, my bad. I'm just trying to say he dusty. Get off his nuts. Um, Classy Lady said if he's struggling that bad and pregnant, oh, if she's struggling that bad and pregnant, they should not be going out to eat. She should be cooking at home. Both of them are airheads. Right, Classy Lady. Right. She had the baby now. The baby 3 weeks old. But you're right, because after she had the baby, they left and went out to eat. But you're talking about you 10,700, and I think the number was like 51, something like that. Over $10,000 on back rent. That's what she owe. Ain't paid since August. August, she behind back to August. And you going out to eat. What the hell is wrong with you? Ordering DoorDash. And that African food I mentioned from the other day, that ain't the first time I done seen her get some food. Do you looking at the way she opening, either you see her opening the bag or the containers that she opening. You ain't got no food out your kitchen in no containers. Why are you eating out and you begging everybody to take care of you? And he talking about some he embarrassed. You know what? He embarrassed because he all cap with his life. And her being in that situation is bringing heat to him because he out here and people trying to make him be responsible. So he want her to shut up so that he can continue to project fake success and fake wealth, and people he want them to buy into who he says he is and not make him accountable for what's really going on. Now, that's your baby mama. That's partially your problem. And it's gonna be more on you than them other two. They responsible too, them other baby daddies. But you the one with the freshest baby. Brand new, precious. He is just as adorable as he wanna be, that little baby. But they both are irresponsible. And the fact that the new baby is his and he's the one that's active back and forth with her, then it's on him to help her. But like I said, the mother two do need to too. And she needs to stop making excuses. Go down to the Georgia, whoever you go to in Georgia, the courts, the family court, I guess. I know different places they have different names for it, but it's still going to be under family court. She need to go to family court and she need to file on all three of them. Whatever she has, she can give them. And if they already got cases, they can find, I'm sure they can find with technology the way it is today. Come on, man. Had them do all three of them a paternity test. Had them get them birth certificates right if they haven't already got corrected. Sound like they didn't. Sound like three kids and nobody has a father listed. Had that listed. And if something happened to the father, then she could get benefits for the kids too. She ain't gonna be able to do it if she don't establish paternity. That's basic. And she better hope that it come out the way she expected to, because she just giving it, she just girl just giving it out. Hey, the way I'm in a circle. Yeah, she on that. Okay, somebody said, take the baby. He's yours just as much as he is hers. In fact, file for temporary custody to get him quickly. Girl, bye. You goofy. You goofy too. This person said, Will is right. The newborn should be given to someone who is, one second. It says, okay, it says, Will is right. The newborn should be given to someone who is stable. And the other kids to the family, Maritza, um, oh, it says Marissa is, this person said Marissa. I thought her name was, anyway, it's Maritza, right? Is mentally unstable, something off with her, really off. We will see. But something's off with Will. So if this person telling Will something off with Maritza really off, but not telling Will something off with him, then something is off with them. And I don't care about it. Honestly, if even if I was familiar with your screen name and I'm reading these comments, I would say the same thing. So I don't care. Anybody pull up. I don't give two you know what's. I don't. I said what I said. Because if you think that she is off and you don't think that he's off, you writing in his comments like he the hero. They both off. Both of them. They're both just as bad. They're both messed up. And he's almost worse because he's trying to separate a breastfeeding child of his from the mother who got the breast milk. But you talking about something off with her and file for temporary custody? You goofy. A 3-week old. Do you know how much important it is for a baby to get breast milk at that age when they can? Now I think the stuff called I don't want to say the wrong name, but I think that lasts. Let me see how long. I just want to. It's been a long time for me, so uh I want to see because I think that it lasts. I just want to look at it. Um. Uh. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna do this. I'm looking something up. I can't see. I don't see the name that I was doing. I don't think I was spelling it right. It said breastfeeding provides optimal nutrition and antibodies essential for a baby's survival, growth, and immune development, while lowering the risk of infections, obesity, and SIDS. It offers significant maternal health benefits, including reduced risks of cancer, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease, while promoting bonding. Breast milk is easily digested and contains the perfect balance of nutrients, changing over time to meet the baby's needs. Antibodies in breast milk protect against ear infections, respiratory illness, and diarrhea. Long term health of breastfeeding lowers the risk of developing asthma, obesity, and type 2 diabetes later in life. Brain development. It says breast milk promotes healthy brain growth and cognition, often leading to better performance on intelligence tests. It says breastfeeding has been linked to a lower risk of sudden infant DEATH syndrome. The key benefits for the mother is faster recovery, reduced disease risks, and convenience of bonding with the baby, the skin to skin. It says that the World Health Organization and the CDC recommend breast exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months of life. I know she's mixed Similac in there, but she's still, I mean, not Similac, what they call it, formula in there, but she's also still breastfeeding. It says continue breastfeeding along with appropriate complementary foods is recommended for up to 2 years of age. It says or longer, which is ridiculous. And let me tell you something. I don't know who breastfeeds or breastfed till they tooth, but once you get a tooth in your mouth, Okay, it's time to latch off. That's my opinion, but I'm not the CDC. But my point is, you saw what that said. It says first 6 months, um, most important, basically. And this is a 3-week old that's breastfeeding, and he wants to separate the ovulating mom. Not, it's not ovulating. That's not what ovulating is. He wants to separate the mom that has the milk from the baby who needs the milk. And then these goofy people in the comment section are encouraging his behavior. And if anything, if she needed help better mothering the child because she needs support, and he was a good man, Savannah, and he thought that he had the tools to help, why wouldn't he want to pull in that mother of his child and be like, hey, do it like this, hey, move like that, hey, be like this? That's what I would think. Not, you go be homeless. I'll take the baby with my dry flat chest and then send your other boys to your mother, causing trauma in all four of them. That's crazy. And these people over here like, go Will, go Will, go Will. Yeah, Will, go somewhere. But don't go where they telling you to. And the courts will probably laugh in his face. Because what other court filings does he have on him? I'm gonna wager to say he's not a stranger to the court system in Georgia. I wouldn't be surprised what would come out on him. I don't know his last name, but I probably wouldn't look it up anyway, because if I looked it up, I'd say something, and I don't do that doxing crap. But I guarantee you he got some other stuff in the court system. That's just a gut feeling, including that other child support case. Ain't no telling. I know me. If I dig into it, I can find some things, but I'm not gonna do it. I ain't gonna go that far. This person says, you're going to have to figure out how to protect your son because what she's doing ain't it. It's downright atrocious. But you know something? If he was a good man and he thought to himself, she should not have her back turned to that baby. What people was reporting to him that the baby was sucking air, which is true, and the baby's, head kind of fell over. If he was a good dad and a good man and a good person and a protective man, like he should be protective over not just that baby, but that woman, the vessel that brought his baby here, then he should have on the side called her and said, hey, be careful. Next time, maybe sit the baby where you can see the baby and be mindful of the bottle. Because, see, it's a certain way that you talk to people that they hear you. But she say they've been fighting. So you over there fussing and arguing with her and insulting her. I can imagine because of these posts here. And talking about taking the baby and making it seem like you better than her, like you in some sort of competition. You can't compete with a mama who got the milk. You can't have a baby. You can't give birth. Talk to her like you got some sense with some TLC and encourage her because you are older. 40 something, early 40s, I think she said. So he got a good about 10 years on her. And this is your sixth child. Yes, it's her third child, but maybe she needs some guidance. Clearly, she does. But also stop putting these other women in her face so she can listen to you. And then when women pop up on your thing talking stuff, don't encourage it. Shut it down. We are one, even if you're not with her. You're supposed to be a unified front as parents of that child. And these people big up in him, he goofy. They both goofy. They both airheads. They both have egos way too big that they haven't earned. Nobody should be egotistical. But it be the people that least in a position to be that way that have the biggest damn egos. Walk in the building before them and you ain't got shit to show for your life. Irresponsible as all get out. Ridiculous. This one says, oh, okay, I read that one. The one talking about give me my son, and send the other two boys to your mama. The comment section, the people say, I agree with you. It says, I agree, Will. No, it says, I agree. And then it says, Will, you may need to file for sole custody because the children aren't in the best hands, sadly. They're just continuing with this hypocrisy. Are you somebody's mama? Are you somebody's daughter? Because this looks like a female. Obviously, you somebody's daughter. Would you want either one of them to be your parents? Come on, man. I don't think the baby's better off with him. This person said, screaming and cursing out people with a newborn in her arms. I've never seen a mother behave like that so soon after giving birth. You would think that she would spend time nurturing and bonding with her new baby and stay her behind off YouTube. Well, first of all, she's on YouTube because she's trying to earn extra money. And obviously, she making something. She says she does get a check from YouTube. Plus, continuously begging will continue to send traffic her way for $1 here, $2 there, $5, whatever. But running to him doesn't help it because guess what? He isn't helping. And he said that he wouldn't. Okay. And even if he turns around later and says that he did, if he didn't prove it, it's like this: prove it or it didn't happen. Somebody says about the child, their response to his comment was 100, 100, 100, go to court. And then somebody else came and responded and said, I've watched her live yesterday and the baby was really cranky or irritated. He kept crying and I just think he has a stuffy nose. He may, I guess, have allergies. This person says no. What did I reach out and told Will? I told Will she lets Momo kiss and play around in his face. Oh, this is that one that was on her thing as well. It says he may be getting a cold. I said it. He's too young for all of them to stay up in his face like that, shaking my head. She's the mom, but she's in his face too much. When she came home from the hospital, she had a stuffy nose, remember? And she was all in his face kissing Momo. All in his face and Momo jumping on the bed. And she say Momo loves to kiss him, LOL. And forever having a cold or a runny nose, shaking my D head, LOL. First of all, um, what's I gonna say? This person is in the comment section of the man that Maritza says wanted to take this brand new baby. At the time she's telling this, the baby is still like 2 weeks old. And it seemed like the story is like a week old. So a fresh out the womb baby to a bunch of different people's houses and show the baby off when she asked him to keep the baby while she went somewhere. She had to take care. I think she might have had an appointment or she had to take care of something. She asked him to keep the baby while she did it. And he was going to take the baby to a bunch of different houses to show the baby off. And they in his comment section talk about how irresponsible she is because she got the one child that lives with him in the baby's face. Now, I'm going to say that she should keep that child out of the baby's face because the child goes to daycare and he's around other kids, and we know that them little kids are germ carriers. They will keep your butt sick. And you don't want no germ carrier all up in your brand new baby's face. And she do stay kissing that baby all in his face, and it is too much. This is true. And then Momo got his little builder bear dog, and I ain't got too much on the baby because that's a toddler. He don't know no better. And he was kissing the baby with his dog. But so all I'm saying is she has to teach the baby not to do that and keep the dog out the baby's face. True. And the little kids, they got to be able to interact some kind of way because you want them to bond with the baby. But that particular day, The middle child was doing the most because she wasn't giving him the attention that he needs. I don't know if guidance will help her because she doesn't listen. But she just need to, if she would have just gave Momo an occasional touch, kiss Momo on the head the same way she was playing with the baby, he would have calmed all the way down. And then she got to teach him he can't have his hands, his face, or his toys in the baby's face. All of that is true. But Will ain't gonna help it. He wanted to take the baby from house to house to house, fresh out the damn womb. I'm from the old school. Okay. I pop the baby out. My grandma say, right to the house. You go to the house with that baby, and you and the baby don't leave. Everybody else can come and go. Not the mama and the baby. The mama and the baby got to stay put. And if you have to leave for 6 weeks, you leave your baby in the house. The baby can't leave. You got to figure out how to work that out if you got to go somewhere. The baby don't leave the house for 6 weeks, and you restrict who can see the baby and be around that baby. You don't take no fresh baby from house to house to house. But I'm old school. When I see these folks be doing stuff differently, the world done changed. The world done changed. So, but they both irresponsible. This person says, yes, that also correct. So true. That was in response to possibly the baby's getting a cold. Oh, they said this. Oh, I didn't see that. I think I didn't read that comment. The person said, I think he is getting a cold from being around all those people on the city bus. She had him on the bus under a week old. He is being exposed to so much. So that's somebody else, the original poster that told him to go to court. And then she's saying that he's probably sick because he was on a city bus under a week old. But mind you, Will has a car, but and his baby mama doesn't have a car. But he didn't make provisions for the baby mama to put the baby in a car to transport the baby. Excuse me one second. To transport the baby to wherever she needed to get the baby to. He let her take the baby on the city bus around all those people and all those germs and potentially get sick when he claimed to have a rental car business, which means you have at least a car, maybe more. Or he could have given her the ride, loaned her a car, his car, given her a ride or whatever, but he didn't. But yet here these people are under his comment section as if he's some sort of hero. They're both bad. They both bad. And he's just as responsible. Because I guarantee you, and I'm only speculating, I don't know these people. All I know is what I see them posted and what I've seen them do over the last few years. I cannot see begging bummy Marissa, a baby daddy, and the bummy baby daddy saying to his bummy baby mama, hey, anytime you need to get around, take the rental. Anytime you need to get around, let me know. You could take my car or drop me off at work at Panera and then pick me up. Or either if I'm off, you could take the car to do what you got to do, or I'll drive you. And then Maritza being like, nah, forget you. She too bummy and begging and needy and victim mentality. She the type that'll take it and then go live and try to act like they together. Ain't no way she'll turn him down. So they in his comment section like he gonna rescue her. He ain't no hero. He's a villain. They both villains in the story. And this person say, yes, that also correct. So true. Next person says that baby needed gripe water. It seems like that formula may be irritating his stomach and causing issues. I'm pausing on the comment and I'm adding in, when you give a baby breast milk and you give them formula, sometimes their little stomachs can't handle that. Like it'd be hard on them switching back and forth. This person said, I know for all my kids, they had a milk protein allergy that was causing, okay, all night. Yeah, they was having issues. I know. And I know it'd be hard on their little stomachs, because I could say for um my oldest grandson, when his mom started switching back and forth between breast milk and formula, his little stomach was having such a hard time with the formula. Boy, he was running and all the stuff. I told her, I said, you got a pump or whatever, but she had twins, and the twins were both breastfeeding, and then she wasn't making enough milk to sustain both of them. And then so she baby girl was holding, she was dealing better with the formula, so she just put her on straight formula. And then she had baby boy on breast milk, and he wouldn't have it no other way. That child, boy, that child, I mean, he might be a breast man, because ooh. Anywho, he later in life, but anyway, he he was not doing so well with the formula when she started switching up, but eventually they had to got some formula that worked better for him, because she was kind of not producing as much milk, and he was drinking more, of course, than what she was producing. So therefore they had to kind of wean him off of the breast milk and put him on formula. But he already had, like, he was, how old was he when they did that? I know he definitely went more than 6 months on breast milk. And then as far as baby girl is concerned, because she was very early on, she was like, this is very demanding on me. And I'm like, try to do at least a month, but if you could do at least 3 months on that, then then try to kind of wean her, switch her over to formula at that point. But I know that was a lot. She pulled it off though, but that was a lot on her, and good for her, because that's two babies. It's hard on some people to maintain it with one. Imagine two, and then you got this baby boy that's just like, when I tell you, he was in the womb hogging the food. And when he came out the womb, he was hogging the food, not hogging it, but he was a little greedy little something. Now, why did I say he was hogging the food? Because there's a visible difference in the size of the two of them. So you knew whatever he was getting coming down in that womb, he was like, mine, mine, mine. He was eating good. And baby girl was like, ain't got that much of an appetite. Anyway, I just threw a little something in there, or whatever. Them my babies. But one second. I'll be right back. Promise, I promise. I unmuted it. Um, all right, let me go ahead and wrap up. I was just simply saying that Maritza is a begging person, that I don't believe her story. Her talking about her savings or whatever. I do not believe that she doesn't have some money saved. I do believe she has that debt. I don't know that she doesn't have the money. She gonna pimp everybody pockets until the well runs dry, and then she gonna pimp it some more. And also, in summary, that baby daddy is not a hero. So while them folks over there running to the baby daddy, they can stop thinking that he gonna save the day. And even if he had the opportunity to do so, I don't even believe that he would. I don't think so. And if he has never been with a newborn baby, and I don't know if he has, but I don't believe that he has. He doesn't say it, then it takes a lot. People will be surprised the level of patience that you need. It may or may not seem like it, but let me tell you, because between sleepless nights and dealing with them, and you gotta learn the baby, which is actually pretty easy. If you care and you tuned in, you will quickly learn that baby. You'll quickly identify those cries. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Oh, the baby wet. Oh, it's probably a number two. It does change up. You can hear it. You know what I mean? And you got to be tuned in. He seems too selfish to even do that. That's just my opinion. I'm one person with an opinion. I don't know this man from a can of paint. Um, and then, like I said, even with the switch, you want to take the baby from the breastfeeding mom. So you going to switch that baby instantly on formula. You might have a grouchy, cranky baby, because they drinking that formula. They don't be wanting that sometimes. You take them off breast milk, they be their tongue be going out. You trying to feed them. Soon as they take one swallow of that formula, they tongue out. Get the hell! What the hell is this? Get this out of here. They don't want it, and they so cry, 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 cry. So it's a lot that goes along with caring for a newborn. And then this is a man who works what they call it. That's called fast food. Fast food. So who's gonna babysit the child when he goes to work? Or is he not going to go to work because he want everybody to think that he got this successful car rental business and he don't want everybody to know that he works allegedly at Panera? He don't want everybody to know that he allegedly works at Panera Bread. He just want everybody to think he got a super successful car rental business, and that's what butters his bread. He's no hero. And all them women in the comment section running over to his page, reporting on him and telling him to take custody and temporary custody of that child. If he was such a good father, then why didn't he be more active in his other children's lives? Oh, and something else I wanted to say on the comment that I read where they talk about how he don't post his children. You'd have to be around your children a lot more regularly to post them, or people gonna start asking questions. You're gonna post them when they like a little tight, then the next time you post them, there's clearly been some big space in time. They looking different, they taller, and then it's just big old gaps in time. People will easily put two and two together. That's my opinion on why he don't post them, or he'd only be posting significant moments in their life when he show up to like birthday parties, or you know what I mean, graduations or stuff like that. And other than that, he's never around. It will show. Anybody with a bit of common sense will be able to put two and two together and figure it out. That's probably why he decided, pretend like he just don't want to show them at all, when the reality is he's covering up his inactivity and lack of presence. That's my opinion. But I do have to get out of here. I got to get up off of here. And so I'm just saying, like, anybody that thinks that they want to save Maritza, save somebody that you know. Help out one of your relatives that'll probably be a lot more grateful. Put it to some good use. You know what I mean? Bless the family or friends or whomever, versus wasting your money saving Maritza when all she gonna do is continue to beg and be in the same situation again. And for any woman who thinks that Will is a good man, Savannah, then you potentially could be just as goofy as Maritza. Because anybody with half of a brain cell can see right through his circle talk and bull crap and fake fanciness and pretend success. And just as hard as he works to project fake success, he could easily really be successful by doing something with himself. And like I said, Maritza, there's some things that she could do to get herself on track. And she should, like in the situation she's in, she talking about calling for rental assistance. I bet she could apply. I bet she could become eligible. I mean, not become. I bet she is eligible for some like maybe education benefits for school. I don't know what her level of education is, whether she has a high school diploma or maybe she needs help with that, or if she graduated high school already, if she want to go to like a trade school or college or something. I bet she could be eligible for stuff like some grant money, or maybe take out student loans and go to school. She could go to school online. You know what I mean? Is different means of her being able to work or do something to help provide for her children so she can look to the future, to where she don't have to be in this situation if she'll pull her airy head out her butt crack and get a purpose and some drive. And if she doesn't have it on her own, then go to somebody's school, deal with somebody's counselor, find some motivation, and just put one step in front of the other until it becomes a habit, and she, next thing you know, she got it done. Like, she can really figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And there's other ways of hustle money. She's not, I don't think she real good with those kids. So I'm not saying that I disagree with them when they say she bad with the kids. I disagree that Will is gonna be the hero. Like I said many times, and I'm gonna keep saying it every time, they're both the villain. But there's ways, if she wasn't such a bad mother, I would say that there she could hustle in terms of like babysit. Like there's things that you can do too if you don't want to leave the apartment. You a brand new mom, you don't want to be away from your baby. Totally understandable. She look at the baby every time. Oh, I just love him. That's exactly how it be when you get when that you get to hold that baby and you got this little precious little baby. Every time you look at the baby, it be like, look at my baby. That's my baby. Yes, I get it. So maybe, if she is in an apartment building, she could babysit. If she don't want to deal with little kids and deal with her baby, she could do a little after school thing or something. It's something she can do. She can figure out some hustling. She making Easter baskets for the kids. She's painted the stuff and did all the things. She could have did that times 10. All of them, she begging. People gave her money. You could flip that. Now that's maybe when it's okay because you flipping it and making it grow. Go get some more, or don't do too many at a time. Go get like three more and make them. And then once you sell those, take that profit and go buy some more. And the next thing you know, you done worked your way into a business. Like I could go on and on and on because I am full of ideas. You know what I'm saying? But she got to tap into it. But you got to want it to do that instead of just being lazy and sitting around and they both fake. Will and Maritza. Maritza is lazy and she just want to sit around and beg and take everybody money when she a scheming, scamming, bummy beggar. Scammer. I meant to say bummy, scheming, scamming. Yeah, bummy, begging, scheming scammer. That's what I wanted to say. um, and then what's his name? Will. He's fake because again, he just want to put on airs and look like success, but he don't look like success to me. His stuff look regular and average, and he sound like he full of shit. All he do is talk. All us is just hot air. I bet that screen about ready. I bet he be getting alerts on the screen that the device is overheated from all that hot air he blowing. So anyway, I really do need to wrap up. So that's why I'm gonna end with that and say that I do hope that they will not separate that brand new baby from the mother. And maybe she can go and get some parenting classes or something to learn to be better with the children. Because it's almost like she doesn't even realize that she does need help, but she does. And I wish that she would take her arrogance down a level and would have listened to the people, because if she wasn't so arrogant when it comes to like that baby sucking air, she wouldn't have been like, oh, woe is me, victim, I'm under attack. She would have been like, next time, let me keep eyes on my baby. Thanks for telling me, y'all. You ain't got to say thank you, but I'm saying, maybe she could have felt grateful. And I don't want to do that to my baby. Not yelling and screaming, and I'm gonna keep him off of the camera and y'all attacking me and y'all just want my man. They ain't even your man, and don't nobody want him but you. That's why he is giving you hell, because he also knows that. He wants you to want him because he wants to be wanted and he ain't too much desirable. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrap up. Thanks everybody that came in to listen. If you didn't double tap the screen already, please double tap the screen for a like. If you catch this on a replay, please hit that thumbs up for a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. I talk about all kinds of things over here. The street sector, that's where Maritza's at. The LA sector, some of the goings on that's in there, that was part of the beginning of this commentary. And then any hot topics or trending topics and things like that that's going on. I have been making a little comedic shorts. I got a couple of part twos loading or whatever, but when I tell y'all, even like right now, I had to stop something to do this and I need to hurry up and go. But I'll be having too much going on. I'm gonna have to slow down a little bit so I can get those other parts out to y'all. But I'm gonna try, I will get that out this weekend. But I got other stuff like that going on. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. And I'm on the road to 500, new sort of new to content creating, back to it, building up my channel. So I greatly appreciate all the support and thanks for spending some time in here. Happy Good Friday, very blessed Good Friday to you all. Happy Resurrection Day weekend. And I wish the best for each and every one of you all. I'm going to wish you guys peace, um, blessings, and joy. And with that being said, I am out of here. Y'all already know I'm going to catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.